welcome to this episode of Broadband Action on location in Orlando, Florida. We just wrapped up Fiber Connect 2026 here at the Gaylord Palms Resort in Orlando. And so I thought I'd spend a few minutes to share some of my experiences and some of my observations about another very successful Fiber Connect event. This is such a huge place here at the Gaylord that rather than doing the whole thing in one location, I'm going to move around a little bit as I talk about what I learned and what I observed here at Fiber Connect 2026. So come on along. All right, we can walk and talk. Hey, this is Aaron. Everybody say hi to Aaron from IntelliPop, a CBAN member. Come on, let's walk to walk to the lobby here. So how was the show for you?
That show was great.
Yeah, did you have a good time?
I always have a great time at Fiber Connect.
Did you learn anything? That's the key thing.
I learned that alligator is Spanish for the lizard, I guess, over here at the thing.
No kidding.
But I also learned there's a lot of interest in opening up fiber networks right now across the country. I'm really excited about that.
You know, I am too, because there was a big emphasis on open access, which is something that is right in your wheelhouse. So we are excited to have that content. It seems like every year there's a little bit more attention to open access, right?
I love it.
Yeah, I do too. And hey, always great to see you. I'm going to let you go on and get on your flight.
Keep back on track.
Safe travels, man.
Thank you. I'll see you soon.
Absolutely, Aaron.
Yeah.
Thank you, Aaron, very much.
Yeah.
Aaron Hildreth from IntelliPop, just walking through, doing my thing, and here he is. Talk a little bit more about that open access in a bit.
I just ran into another one of my favorite people here. This is Kim Rickard with the Fiber Broadband Association.
Hello.
Kim is one of these people that everybody in the industry knows and loves because you're such a bright, shiny person.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, I mean it too. Now, you're part of the organizational team that puts this event on every year. Give us a little 100,000-foot level debrief of Fiber Connect 2026.
Now, mind you, Curtis has caught me in the atrium. So
Yes.
after 4 days of being on our feet and everything, no, the event was amazing. You know, as far as attendance, it's one of our largest ones yet. Mm-hmm. And our team of over 25 on the staff, as well as all of our partners, have just learned to and just become so in sync and being able to execute this event for everyone. So, you know, and it's, you know, we're grateful for everyone that's been here. You know, the energy was amazing. You know, it was a little flip-flop of the show floor style. That was something a little bit different.
Yeah.
You know, that was constraints of the Gaylord, nothing for Fiber Broadband Association.
Sure.
So, yeah. You know, and then even today, third day, Wednesday, with Dr. I always say his name wrong. Say it.
No, I refuse to go down that path. I'll put it on the screen when I edit this.
Yeah, please do that. The energy in there was amazing, and it was just, you know, we see this industry is moving so fast, and to have a conversation, and you know, to have him there and everything to talk with us. I mean, on a Wednesday in the morning, 8 a.m., the session was
pretty packed.
Jam-packed.
Absolutely.
So, you know, amazing topics, everything. We're grateful for our entire community. Last night we gave out some awards at our 25th anniversary. It was our 25th year for Fiber Connect, and gave out some awards that you know, you as members nominated and you know, chose these. So well-deserved awards.
I know Shirley Bloomfield was one of those honored. And
that one. Oh, that was a special one.
That was a different award.
That was a different award. That was our Industry Leader Award, you know, recognition. And that was a great way to start the conference. That was the first day.
That's
We
right.
had to see her and Gary up there on the stage. So well-deserved. Congratulations, Shirley. Congratulations to everyone. And, you know, from vendors on the show floor, so important to, you know, execute this kind of event. We know that. I'm on the floor at a lot of industry events, as you guys know, and I know how important that part of it is. So we appreciate all of that. But just fast-moving, fast-paced. It feels like it's been a week, even though
I know. You got to find time to catch your breath.
Today
don't
is
you?
Wednesday. Yeah.
I've eaten more steak here in Orlando than I've had in probably the past year.
I tried to stick to seafood.
Good for you.
Know,
Good for you.
Orlando,
it's a little
Florida.
less heavy on the tummy, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, a little less heavy. But no, we are just filled with gratitude for the, you know, everything that folks bring to us. You know, from our committees. Hopefully you got to a committee meeting or two, the different topics of AI, and Women in Fiber. We had an amazing Women in fiber luncheon
Yeah.
with some great keynotes. I apologize, I don't remember everyone's name.
The
That was
gala.
our
The
keynote.
gala. Is it gala or gala?
I don't know. What do you,
I don't
call
know.
it gala. It depends on where you're from.
I didn't go, so I got to hear about it.
I say gala.
Yeah.
We had over 250 folks, and it was an award gala. Normally
Yep.
that's a luncheon, an award luncheon.
Yep.
So we pulled that in to be this fancy dress-up kind of black tie thing, which was kind of fun to see some industry folks in their best. But that's where some of our Fiber Broadband Association awards were given. I'm
Yep.
sure there's going to be a press release out on all of that.
Yeah, it'll all be on the website, I'm
all
sure,
on
too.
the website
Yeah.
from different folks that received those awards.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations to all of them, and just congratulations to our team. We have one of the best teams at Fiber Broadband
You sure do.
Association. We are really blessed with the team that we have.
What a production.
It's a production, yeah, and we're all we're all remote to be able to pull this together to come here for like a week. It's almost like we call it like summer camp, where
Yeah.
we are just here and we are just kind of all literally in this atrium. I was in here I realized last night when I laid down, I was like, I have not been outside in 2 days.
You know what?
I didn't.
Other than here, I haven't been. I did go outside the property yesterday. We went to a steakhouse with some
Yep.
of our CBAN members, so that was an amazing experience.
Yeah.
And like I said, a little heavy on the tum-tum. But now, next year,
Next
back
year,
at a
back
Gaylord, but
to-
not this one.
Back to Nashville.
Yep.
I know a lot of folks are excited about that. June 17th, maybe not the exact date.
Yeah, we'll put it up on
Don't
the screen.
quote me. Yeah, put
Yeah,
that
we'll
up on the
figure
screen.
it
But back to Nashville, Gaylord again, June of 2027. Expect, probably even a lot more energy.
Yeah.
This whole year, with obviously talking about quantum, the, hyperscalers, all the different
Speed.
AI.
Yes.
I don't even, like there wasn't
Well, so much that could be different a year from now when you think about it, because
100%.
everything's changing so fast.
so fast. So yeah, 100%. So, but don't forget, we host our regionals.
Absolutely.
July, Bozeman, Montana, coming up.
Omaha, that's close
Yeah,
for me.
Omaha is close for you. That one's in August. Again, don't have all the exact dates, but we got July. We got Bozeman, Montana for a regional show. Those are great shows. They are smaller, condensed, about 250, 300.
A lot of great networking
But
at
a lot of
those.
great networking at those. A lot of great content, as
Mm-hmm.
you saw here at this event. We're known for our content, strong content. We bring in strong speakers, fireside chats, all the things. And then up in Omaha in August. September, we're up in Boston, perfect place, New England, for your leaves, fall. And then in October, down to Savannah for a regional, and our final one of the year this year will be in Vancouver.
Fantastic.
Even, we are just grateful, even if you're not a member, that you were here. You shared this space with us. We heard input, we heard feedback. I just saw everywhere in this building, as you probably did, just folks meeting, sitting at a table, sitting on a couch, just meeting. And we know that there are things happening, from Ash Brown, what she talked about, like it's about the future, like how she pulled in
Yeah,
like her
she did a
kiddos.
really nice
Yeah,
job,
she did
yeah.
a great job. That's our board chair. And with her address that she gave to the community, it was just amazing. And it was just like what we're thinking about, what we're imagining. We can't even comprehend, like we said, even
Yeah.
in a year, what's going to be happening in this industry.
Things move so fast that if you blink, you're going to miss something, and that's why I think it's important that our CBAN members stay involved
100%.
in FBA, the other associations they're at, and are attending events whenever they possibly can, because you need to stay up to date on this stuff, and that's one of the reasons I go to them, is so I can help our members stay up to date if they can't make it.
And it's important to remember the virtual stuff. Gary hosts Fiber for
Absolutely.
Breakfast every Wednesday, 10 o'clock Eastern Time. He always brings in a strong guest for that. They're quick, they're concise, they're all on our YouTube channel. It is just a plethora. I can't say that word. Plethora of information. I've talked a lot.
That's
these days.
that's an end of the conference word. Plethora.
Plethora. But thank you, Curtis,
Yes,
for your support.
thank
I know
you.
we partner with you guys. And
We
are
appreciate
just,
you so much, and all the hard work that you guys do
We
for
appreciate
the
you.
industry and your members, and little old me. Thank you
course.
for being so kind.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you very much, Kim Rickard with the Fiber Broadband Association, joining us here, kind of impromptu.
Very
I think
impromptu.
you have
Thanks,
a spa
everyone.
day or something planned.
No, not at all.
No?
No. I'm
Okay.
going back to do more work, all the follow-ups.
Well, we'll let you work hard and we'll move along. All right.
Thanks, Curtis.
You bet.
Take care.
This is called Gator Springs here at the Gaylord Palms, as I got some little ones running behind me here. And I walked by here yesterday and I thought they're not moving. These aren't real gators. These are gator statues, but they're real. And they do a feeding thing every day, so you can come and watch them feed the gators. This little dude down here is just, he's just chilling. Isn't he cute? I think everybody needs an emotional support gator in my opinion, but you notice that these are all itty bitty gators. I don't think they'd want a big old 20-footer out here, but yeah, Gator Springs. Check it out if you ever come to the Palms. They have lots of water features here at the Gaylord. And this is right in the atrium, right off the lobby. I mean, this is pretty cool. Remember when I was a kid, I thought a holodome was a big deal, but there ain't no holodome guy gonna hold a light to this one. Wow. All right, before he gets out the door, Gary, tell us how you thought the week went.
Oh, it couldn't have been any better. Just the excitement of our industry, this new opportunity, and just the way we're moving forward. So Curtis, it was great to have you here. We always love hanging out, and can't wait till next time we get together.
Thanks for doing such a great job, you and your staff do, and we'll see you next time, Gary.
All right.
Gary Bolton right here. He's the man that made it all happen. Well, actually, Kim made it all happen, but he hired her, so that works.
So long from Orlando.
You bet. Aaron Hildreth from IntelliPop, we ran into him earlier. He mentioned a lot of discussion about open access here. There was an entire day, kind of a pre-conference day on Sunday, sponsored by COS Systems, a CBAN member, and that was called Open Access Day. And there was really a lot of discussion about open access potentially as the future of fiber infrastructure in the United States. A lot of support there for publicly owned open access networks like Utopia owns, and Utopia, a CBAN member, like the city of Wilmer, Minnesota, a CBAN member, where the public entity, whether it's a city, county, economic development region, whomever, owns that fiber infrastructure. And then rather than being an ISP, they open it up to multiple ISPs to provide services over the network, and therefore introduce an element of consumer choice that is greatly lacking for most Americans. So that open access model was talked about a lot, but there was also discussion of the privately owned open access market. AT&T's been active in that open access market where they own the infrastructure but are not the ISP. And in fact, it seemed to me from my seat that AT&T really wants to become just an infrastructure company and not necessarily an internet provider. One reason I think they might want to do that is, quite frankly, their reputation's not the greatest as an internet service provider. But they can still own assets, own long-term assets, and monetize that by charging ISPs to be on their network. And since they're kind of in the background, their brand is in the background, therefore any stigma that might be attached to their brand is in the background as well. So AT&T's been big into that too, and there are plenty of other privately owned open access networks out there across the country. Sci-Fi Networks is one of them. Ran into a couple of their people here this week too. AI was one of the big topics to be discussed here at Fiber Connect 2026. It has become way more than just a catchphrase. It's become absolutely ingrained in everything that fiber operators are working on. And it's also become something that a lot of the industry has been drawn to as a potential difference maker in the future, possibly for good or possibly for ill, depending on your outlook on that. But there has been a lot of attention to AI, a lot of talk about data centers here. You know, we discussed it, a small group that I was hanging out with here a couple days ago about the current public perception of AI and data centers as kind of souring a little bit. AI was seen as something cool and fun and even useful for many people. But now we're starting to see some public pushback from people who are wondering if the trade-offs are worth it. The trade-offs of giant data centers, which are absolutely needed to keep AI growing as an industry and as a technology, versus people wanting to protect their private areas, their public lands, their energy supplies. There's a lot of areas of the country where it has become a hot button issue, data center locations. Cities, some counties, other across the nation have basically put into effect bans or very tight restrictions on giant data centers. And so I think we're going to continue to see that between now and next year's Fiber Connect be a growing issue. Not just what AI is doing, what it can do for us, how it can make customers' experiences better, how it can make operators better at delivering excellent experiences, but also what's the impact on our society as a whole. And I think that's going to be something that we're really going to see a lot of attention paid to between now and then. Lori also mentioned the idea of quantum computing. Now, I am so undereducated on quantum computing, I'm not even going to begin to talk about it too much in detail, other than the word quantum was thrown around a lot this week. And I just realized I got a lot of learning to do because, again, this is a trend. Quantum computing will become part of our everyday lives across the broadband industry in the next few years. I sat in on a session this morning where the gentleman said, you know, quantum computing is 5 years away, but then again, it's been 5 years away for the past 5 years. So maybe it'll be like nuclear fusion power. It's something that we just don't quite get to, but I think it's going a lot faster than most people think. And if you don't know about quantum, like me, if you're dumb like me, we probably need to start paying attention to that. And that's one of the things here at CBAN we're going to try to do is help our members understand what quantum computing is about and what's the impact going to be on you, your customers, and your operations. One of the great things about being at Fiber Broadband Association's Fiber Connect 2026 this year was I got to actually actively participate in a couple of really great sessions. One was with John Green. He is with USDA Rural Development. And it was on a part of a series of sessions that were all talking about precision agriculture and its importance in the future. Now, we all know that agricultural producers are under constant stress from things they can't control and things they can control. And one of the things they can control is how to better utilize the data that they're gathering in order to make smart decisions when it comes to doing their farm operations. So John and I talked a little bit about that precision agriculture, and in particular, his and the USDA's role in making sure that precision agriculture is vibrant and healthy and available to all ag producers, whether they be row crop farmers or ag livestock, etc. We even kind of showed off a little idea about the art of the possible by showing what a empowered dashboard powered by AI with data gathered from all these precision ag sensors might look like, allowing a farm operator to sit down over morning coffee and see the health of his fields, to verify soil moisture and look for any infestations in the crop, but also to be able to look at his livestock. Is a cow sick? Is a cow running a fever? Are your pigs getting the food that they need? What is the air quality in your barn where your livestock are? Things like that to give the farmer empower them to be able to make better decisions on ag. That's precisely what precision ag is all about. The other session that I was part with a very great group of young ladies who I was the odd one out on this one, folks. We talked about marketing and in particular how broadband operators can make sure that they're leveraging their marketing to the best effect and cost effectively. So I was really great to be part of a panel with those four. And one of the things that came into my head while I was sitting there on the panel was a statement. I then did an article and posted it on LinkedIn basically saying, you know, before you can build fiber to the home, you have to build fiber to the brain and fiber to the heart. Which sounds a bit trite, but when you think about it, fiber to the brain means making sure people are aware that you are there or coming, making sure they understand what your company is about and the services you provide, and the heart meaning building a relationship with those customers that you're going to serve, especially when you're doing a new build or a new build out. So that talked to a couple people about that. They thought that was a good way of summing it up. So I thought I'd share that with everybody. So go to the CBAN LinkedIn page and you'll see the article that I wrote after I got off the stage with that. So yeah, those are the 2 sessions I got to be part of as a participant. The rest of the sessions were just amazing. But one of the things that I get the most out of these events, whether it be Fiber Connect or Broadband Communities or even our own CBAN Spring Summit and Fall Forum, is just the hallway conversations we have with great people. We ran into a few of them earlier that I got on camera before they scooted off to the airport. But you learn so much from networking. You learn so much by having people share their stories with you and you sharing your story with them. I found the broadband industry in general and the people in it are some of the most generous people I've ever met. And I think that most industries would love to have an ecosystem of relationships that this industry does. And I'm really happy to be part of it. And of course, our mission at CBAN is to build those relationships, to help those relationships spread among broadband providers and communities and the vendors that were here displaying their wares at Fiber Connect, and even those that aren't here, because these are not an inexpensive place to put a display on if you're a small company. You know, we want those relationships to continue to grow, and we're working every day here at CBAN to try to continue doing better at that. So that's my report on Fiber Connect. I would encourage you to go to the Fiber Broadband Association's website. I'm sure they're going to be posting tons of videos and tons of pictures, and I'll be doing some of that myself, although I was so busy talking to people I didn't get as much video and photos as I normally do, but hopefully this gives you a good summary of what happened. I'll be next going to Indatel, the Indatel Business Symposium. That's in Austin in June, and I'm really looking forward to that. Thanks to Justin Forte at Indatel for the invite to that, and hopefully making it down to Houston for Broadband Communities, and maybe even the Independent Show that is jointly produced by NCTC and the ACA. So who knows what the travel schedule will bear, but we'll see if the budget can make it swing, and so I can get to those events. And again, when I'm at these events, I'm not just representing me, I'm representing everybody in our CBAN community. And so I appreciate all the support that you give us. If you want to support CBAN's mission, just contact me. I'll give you about 15 different ways you can do that. You can become a sponsor. You can hire us as CBAN to do advisory services within certain parameters. But we're here to help you out. And we're also launching a fund drive. So you'll see the details of that on your screen. It's called Back the Bridge. And our goal of Back the Bridge is to raise the resources needed to keep CBAN not only sustainable, but to be able to grow our mission, grow our service to the industry, and help more communities get access to the kind of community-focused broadband that our members bring to the communities they serve. So check all that information out, and we'll hope you'll play a part in our future. Thank you again for everybody for tuning in or listening in to this edition of Broadband Action Live from Fiber Connect 2026. I'm Curtis Dean. We'll see you next time.